Turtle Cape, the Coliseum, Quest Cape, maxing. All mighty achievement, but never really seemed to interest me. Every 99 I've ever gotten has only left me with a fleeting sense of accomplishment. Every quest, level, piece of gear, all mere stepping stone. But for what? What is the point of any of this? Money. So, here's the game. I'm going for max PLAT tokens, and I'm going to do this by making 10,000 accounts, and then operating them by hand to trade and try to get maximum platinum token. That is 2.147 trillion GP. To put this further into perspective, that is enough to buy 160,259 bonds and have membership paid for 8,012 years. Or, a darker path. A player could sell this on the black market right now for roughly $392,000. But that's not what I'm going to do. If I hit this target, I'm going to stare that temptation in the face and throw the ring into Mordor by giving all that money back to the community in some sort of drop party or a giveaway. No botting, no breaking TOS, all legit. So, let's get after it. This is the road to max PLAT. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Let's be real here. What's up, gentlemen? There ain't no ladies out there, that's for sure. Not in my audience. Anyway. Today we got another episode of Road to Max PLAT. Today's going to be sort of a simple rundown of what went on this week. Kind of want to keep things I want the content to kind of like split off so that people can kind of watch what they want to watch, keep track of what they want to keep track of, and I want to scale how much content I'm creating because I need to get ahead in the content we're creating. I've complained about this for a few videos now, but I need to get ahead of it so that I can batch shoot today and then have some time to work on the content you guys have been asking me to make, which is going to be a little bit more creative, require me to actually script, research, create arguments, talk to friends about it, and then argue, do what I do best and argue and never shut up until I get a good polished product for you guys for a defensive multiscape for dummies, etc., etc. I forget all of them off the top of my head, but those are the two main ones that I really want to get on. So today we're just going to talk about how much money we made this week. But before that, I just want to give a big shout out to my members. I'm just going to run down the line. Anda, Chugs, 07.gg, Mimi the Cat, Mike Strange, Smoo Gooman, ZX, HuX, DF, Corsica, Pathos4, Lucian Stolas, EK Nexine, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Chill. Thank you guys so much for being members of the channel. It means a whole lot to me. If those ones that got gifted memberships could renew, that'd be amazing, but that is what it is. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But if not, just subscribe, grow the channel. Watch till the end. Now I'm getting paid. Now my kids' lives depend on it. You need to watch to the end. You need to, okay? You are morally responsible for my children's eating, okay? So I'm just playing. Leave me feedback. This is something I want to do. Leave me feedback. If you go to click off the video, go down, write a comment. Tell me why you clicked off if you do. I ain't going to be mad. I just want to know the reasons, okay? Thumbs up the video. Do all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Let's push this system out. Let me actually just explain it again because people may be new coming to this video. If you do those things and I make more money, why entirely it matters is two things. One, I don't want to fucking work for a factory again. I don't want to work for people again. It's not a factory. It's nothing personal. I cannot work for another person ever again. I have to own it. I can't deal with other people's rules because there's no compromising. There's no compromise. There's no compromise between an employee and the boss. It's whatever they say, and if you don't like it, we'll go somewhere else, because it always defaults back to that, and that may be my problem. It is my problem. But anyway, there's that. But then the other reason is I need to leave the 9 to 5 so that I can 100% fully invest my time to here, because I've been doing number crunching, research on it, and, you know, repeated experiments. I can do 10,000 accounts, but I'm going to need about 12 hours a day for 6 days a week to actually effectively do it. So that is actually a prerequisite for this road to max PLAT actually happening. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's got to happen. Anyway, so with all that being said, thank you to my members. Please subscribe. Give me all your money. Let's check it out. So, this week, we got 439 mil. Looks pretty standard. I have some thoughts. I believe this is correct. Because I look at all the accounts, and, you know, I've counted all of them up. I have all their net worths down. I counted all of it, and it all tracks. Like, it is, like, I made 600 mil in the month prior, like this month, the month prior, like, or 500 mil. No, just 600 mil. So like it tracks, and like it's only been going up. And when I look at all the pure essence that's on all the accounts and stuff like that, there's not very many that have less than a million. You know what I mean? And a lot of them are buying as much as they're selling. So like if we look here at the 600 million here acquired, that totally tracks to how much sold too. Cause like there's like, it's kind of an even split. You know what I mean? When I was looking at them all today. And this is another reason why. The only thing that had me kind of shaky is that this is saying I made 27 million in sales. When you come down here, it says I bought 27 million, which is, that sounds about right. And it says I sold 48 million. So I don't know if there's some sort of error in the JSON file or something like that, but this number sounds right, because mine runes, from what we've been checking every day, have really, really slowed down, but the pure essence have been just kind of chilling. You know, they've been kind of just doing their thing. This has been an actually really liquid item for us to go into. And, you know, when I come down here, I look at the fire rune here, 1.16 mil, that tracks. I had like 10 accounts that had it, and they have a small amount of GP on them. So, I mean, that's exactly what's been going on. And fire runes, from what we've been experimenting, we hit that one day in the high efficiency trader, but we didn't really have a lot of action the rest of the week. So this kind of tracks. So that's what we're at today. If I look towards the day and the week, this makes sense too. I don't know. It just makes sense, because the last day, you know, we're losing the last day of last week, or we're losing the entire last week, except for a little bit of that last day of the last week. And we're into a whole new week. So this tracks. And then if we take to the month, it's 867 mil, which kind of tracks because I haven't been making bonko bucks until like the last few weeks. Now we've been making bonko bucks. Come down here, it totally, this is again, like the way that it's, I don't know what's going on. I have to look into this. I'm not 100% sure, but as you can see here over the month, the mine runes are at 116 mil, with 151 down here. Yeah, 151 mil down here, and then selling 117 mil. So this looks like it tracks too, because it was fucking, there was so much volume, I didn't know what to do with all this is the reason why I dumped everybody into it. Yeah, so I don't know, man. I don't know. It checks for me like 4 hours. That's kind of crazy. I would be able to go into 4 hours like this too, because in 4 hours it's saying that I made 133 mil. Applies to 1 hour, 0 GP. So do you know what I mean? Like it's at the end of the day, we can't really know until I go in there and count, like for the quarter to quarter, you know, or month to month for the audit to really see. And then that still is on maturity, so it's a little bit different. You know what I mean? But like these are all the different ways we have. Then if I'm going to look at the calculator I made, so at the very least, what we're sitting at is 2.17. So we have 138 paused here. Let's reset them. There's 3 more traders, because I added them all up again today and I was about 3 off. So this is saying we're at 2.167 bill, but I have this set to each account only be making 19K a day, which is untrue. That is a conservative guess. So we are at least 2.1 bill, but we are at most 3 bill, which is quite a window. Also too, something I want to talk about is that like, so there's a list of items my accounts have to have. So let me pull that up actually. All right, so I got the account up over here, and so if we take into account how much all this stuff costs per account, it adds up pretty quick. So per account, using my method to get these guys on the line, it's like 100, I forget, 152,000. Yep, that's what it is. So then if we take that times 100, 152,000 times 100, we're looking at 15 mil a week to hit the out of the profit too. So I just want everybody to keep that in mind, that like I will be taking losses to my whatever. So I just want to talk a little bit about the way this thing is reporting. So I talked about this before, 1.3 bill overall. This is incorrect, 100%. And the reason why I can prove, I know this one's incorrect, because when I used to trade, like two things actually now, because I was thinking about it while I was pooping today too. When I traded a long time ago, I would never really sell back to the GE except for Fire Runes, because Fire Runes would sell immediately quick. But then, and then when I started buying Water, Air, and Earth Runes, I would sell to my buddies Mecha Cat and Bulk Bunny, because it was a lot faster for me. Because what I used to do, nothing was close cycle. I would just like trade them all. I would buy them all for myself and then sell them to the bulkers and then record. The reason why I stopped doing that is because it takes a lot more labor. It's a lot more labor to trade to yourself or whatever. But that would be whatever. That's neither here nor there. So I know this is wrong. I got up to 3.5 billion GP doing that every week. So it may have like how much I've like bought, but how much I sold is going to be a lot less. As you can see right here, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. So I've gotten 441 million Earth Runes here, and I only sold 80 million because it takes forever to sell on the GE. Okay. Air Runes, for instance, probably hopefully show the same thing. Yeah, right here. 614 million Air Runes. I only sold 185 million on the Grand Exchange. Same thing. That's... I wonder what the essence here. So in total, all I've bought with the essence is, what is this? Is that 4.5 billion? Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, it is. I have bought 4.5 billion pure essence, and I have sold only 1.4 billion back to the GE. So I have purchased a lot of pure essence. Mine runes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I have bought 644 million mine runes. Also, too, I want to say, after we look down the line here, here's my my baby, the Fire Rune. Before, you know, I keep going down the list of things I've bought and sold over my career as a RuneScape flipper. This is another computer, so I don't think that flipping utilities is persistent over computers. I'm not 100% sure there, but I'm pretty sure it is not, because I've done this on previous computers, previous towers before this one. So just keep that in mind too, that I don't even know how far back this goes. So we got 1.25 billion Fire Runes bought, and we got 449 sold on the Grand Exchange. This one, I could have done 1.5 or 1.2 bill back on the onto the Grand Exchange, but I was adding Fire Runes to the pot because like bulkers like to buy a collection. They don't like it's. I feel like it's better for them. I don't know if it is or not. It's just kind of my thoughts. Steel Scimitars. How many of these have we bought? I don't know. Iron Arrows we have bought. This is new. This is new to the channel. Looks like we've flipped 1.3 mil. Thread. This is new as well. 1.73 mil. Feathers suck. I've still flipped 2.5 million. Soul Runes. That's really weird. Oh, right, because 94k, but they've been a huge window. Dust Runes, Amulet of Glory, Adamant Bolts. We have lots of pages. Oh, yeah, right. Mithril Darts. Mithril Darts should be on there as a high number. I have purchased 21 million and sold 20 million. My average profit being 3 GP each, so I've made a cool 65 million there. Don't really ever trade that to bulkers. Headless Arrows is kind of new to me. This is one's for the new season. Like this season where I'm showing you guys on the YouTube. We flipped 49 Dragon Boots, made 370k off that. Dragon Scimitar, we've made 1.3 million on Dragon Scimitar, dude. This item is a hitter, bro. This is a hitter. I love Dragon Scimitar. 856 units, 1.3 million. So good. Dragon Dagger, 845, made 274k. That's pretty cool. Dragon Green or Green D'Hide Body, we have flipped 1,800 of them, and we have made 383k on them. So there's your free-to-play flippers if you want to just flip. Salmon, I guess I've flipped that. Maple short bows, we've made 1.5 million. That's from the experimental series. 187 to 203 seemed to be the good window there. Man, this has just turned into a really good, a pretty fun episode. This is all the stuff I've ever flipped on this computer, I guess. Fire battle staff. We have purchased 2,000 of them, and we have made 110K on them. So that's pretty good. Bottom price being 8872, high price being 8930. This does not include tax. Keep that in mind. The sell price I'm getting when you see here, don't put it in for 8930. You need to add the tax to it. It's just saying that's after tax. It's just showing what I get after tax. Ancient Essence, we've made 8.5 million. Or 8.5 million for some reason, but I've gotten 8.9 million, sold 9.2. All right, because I had to sell some back at 10 and take a loss. Black D'hide Chaps, another major player. So Dragon Scimitar and Black D'hide Chaps would be a major player out there for you guys. Would be purchased for $58.98. I would just go 6K, a cool 6K, and then try to sell on the high end for 8K. That's what I would do here. But we made $1 million here, pretty easy. Gothic's D'hide Boots. Right, so this isn't persisting against all my computer or whatever, because Gothic's D'hide Boots I know is one I majorly traded back in the day when I first got into flipping. This should be in the hundreds. Rune Longsword, we've flipped 1,260 of them. We have made an average of 201 GP each there. I think they kind of suck for volume, but the margin's not bad, so if you just want an item to try out, try that out. Gothic's Coif, Gothic's... Nope, these are just normal things. Rune Sword. The 628 of them, 393 each GE or margin here. We have, I think this is a good alternative item for free-to-play players to try out. Bottom price being 11,804, top price being 215. Again, keep the taxes in mind there. Mithril Seeds was a scam. I got scammed hardcore, LOL. Mithril Plate Legs, another. This is like an S tier one I would give. Not S tier. I'd give this an A tier. Tier list for flips. Oh my gosh. Content. Flipping tier list, bro. I don't think... I'm going to have to Google that or YouTube that, but you guys better not fucking tell any other fucking content creator about that, because that, when I launch that, that's going to be the most copied thing ever. They're going to be doing tier... Oh my god. Anyway, if it's not already invented, sorry. If it's not already been done. So let's just keep going down the list. Down in Boltsy, let's see how much money I've lost here. Oh, I probably just spent them, because that's what I would use for brutal black camping. Blood Rune. Why did I lose so much money on Blood Runes? What did I do here? Whatever, I don't remember. Water Battle Staff, 127K in 810 flips, buying at 8860, selling at 9,110, I believe it was, but 90019. I'm kind of struggling to move that item right now, so I would just tighten that gap a little bit, but still, in 810 to get that 120K, it's pretty good. Chaos Runes overpowered. 18 mil, I guess, and 2 million units. It's really cool. Wow, I was buying them a long time ago, back with 61 GP and then selling them at 71. But look at them now, they're over 100. Air Battle Staff, this is a very good one. Very high volume. Very high volume. The 36 GP, you know, it makes it very consistent. The ROI is super low, but the fact that so much volume here, so if you have the some of you big bankers out there, Air Battle Staff is one of those things you won't have a lot of competition for because people don't have the capital to compete with. So that's like one of the greatest things. Like the ROI is so low, but because the volume's so high, this is a great item for like people with a little bit more bank to be flipping. This has turned into a pretty good piece of content. I could do this. I still got 26 more pages. I could do this once a month too. This would be sweet. This would be a sweet piece of content. I gotta write that down. You guys have to listen to me. Write that down. I need to start organizing my notes and stuff more too. Okay, so that's my content note page. Go through all flips. Monthly? Quarterly? Whatever. You guys know. You know what it is. All your flipping content, old school RuneScape. Ojama Garrett. So yeah, water runes. Did I already? No, okay. So right here. So here's another one to show before. I've purchased 312. If you guys remember what I was talking about, like the fire runes were obviously the highest, the air runes were the second highest, the water runes here are now the third highest, and then the earth runes are the least. But the earth runes actually would be pretty easy to buy. They buy really easily. They're really hard to sell. GE, so you want to sell them to players. Sorry. So we are at 312 million quantity blots, and I've only sold 74 million here, as you can see. So most of those went to bulkers as well. Magic logs. Yeah, it's not bad. I used to do that. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. Or no, did I do that with you guys? Or is this now dead man mode? See? I don't know. Yeah, because the rune crossbow here these are dead man mode flips then. So I buy them for $877, sell them for $990 because the margin's very big there. We made $100K on the rune crossbows on dead man mode, catching them for $25,395, selling them for $27,409. No tax there. So that's another potential fun thing for you guys to do is like if you want a brainless flip, you can brainless flip dead man mode. Let's see the active people in the world right there. So we still have like a 300 plus population on dead man mode, so you're still gonna have a decent items to go for. You just gotta really understand the market over there, which is like a heavily PK influenced market. So rune plate legs, we have flipped 1,680 of them. We have made 308K. Yes, I've gotten a lot of hate for my rune flips, but I still like them. It's still passive. Like I said, high barrier. You're gonna make more money here. Okay, so think about this. So 37,830 was the high end. I don't know what they're buying in the bulks market. Maybe I could do some research and feed that information back to you guys. But I feel like if you get them for 37,634, you're going to be able to make a lot more profit selling to the bulkers. Zora scales. Oh, that's back when I camped Zora. Is it? I don't think it is. I don't even know. Steel plate bodies. We flipped 5,951 of them. Made 60 GP each on margin. About 882. Sounds about right. 880, 882. And then we got 942 for the sell price. So that's 950 was the average high. But as you could remember from towards the end, the buy price or the sell price is about 925 to actually move again. But you never know. Rune chain body 593K and 1680. So let's just do the math there to conceptualize that. 1680 I think is like just a few sets of buy limits. 4 sets of buy limits. 420 is 4 days. So that's about 4 days. So if we took this, I would say about 6 days, so that's about 100K profit per day. So I'd say that for one slot, I think that's really good. Okay. If you guys don't understand what I'm just going to explain what I mean there. Is 420 is the maximum we'd be able to get a day, and that's in 4 days. So that's 600K. But I'm saying that like when I was buying the chain bodies, there was about a 50% extra wait time to get that 420. So you'd be really getting. So 66% of 420 times 0.666666. 279 a day. That sounds about right. So about 279 a day to get 100K a day. Okay, because then we take that you know what I'm saying. Anyway, that's still 100K a slot. So high cost entry again. 100K for the slot works pretty good. The bottom price, I think we got on was like 29,300 was the lowest, but that's going to be kind of a slow. So if you want to make about 80K a day, I think is probably like the sweet spot probably to get that rate what I was talking about, maybe a little bit more if you want to just guarantee buy limits are filled. And again, there's highs and lows with the markets, so sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Try to just be patient and just try to keep making money. Find items you like. Don't just hop around and switch all the time. Just find some items that you're comfortable with, making profit, and then flip for the year, then you'll have a better understanding. Steel plate legs, flipped 3,000 of them. 48 GP margin, pretty decent actually. I think this was like a pretty strong performing one. I'm not 100% sure if I remember the amount of volume we were able to get, but for a steel item, 3,000 buying and 3,000 selling, we were able to make 144K. Really low barrier entry for some of you free-to-play noobs want to make a little bit of money. Purchase them for 384, sell them back for 433, roughly 440, 450 it was. Blighted sacks on the Deadman mode. It's been doing kind of okay, but we'll talk about that later. Rune Warhammer. I hate this item, but 177. Whatever. Got 1,000 of them. Really slow volume. Margins kind of tight. Mess with it maybe. My prices were 24,820. Maybe you can go 24,9 and try to sell it for 25,1 or something like that. Maybe that'd work better for you than it did for me. Rune Two-Handed Swords, again, for me, sucked as well. I know there's a way to make money smithing them and selling them to the bulkers for a profit, but I don't know about flipping them. I didn't have too much luck there. Nature Runes, probably not. Da-da-da. Ranging Potion, Dragonstone, Boats. Rune Plate Bodies. This one worked really well as well. Dude, we got 30 pages of this. I should probably just chill for a while. Yeah, there's a lot of... Okay, so not actually 30 pages, so maybe I can actually get through this. But you know, that list is going to grow long. But no. I'm busy. I got to go pick up fencing supplies to get some fences made in my yard. So I have to cut this kind of short, but yeah. So you guys kind of get the idea. I forgot where we started this, but 439 is what it's claiming we made for a profit. I would take that as a grain. This is a grain of salt. I would be 439 million, 250 million. This would be the lowest I think we made, would be 250 million. So we take that times 52. It's still 13 bill for the year. 13 to 26 bill for the year is still going to open us up, still putting us in a really good position. Even if we were to scale up and stay at that stagnant price, 7. So let's just take 10K divided by, oh man. So we can take 250 million a week times 13 point that number. So with 10,000 accounts, we would still be making 3.4 bill a week. Take that times 52, and we would be making 180 bill in the next whatever. So it's going to take me, I don't know. So if I still do 100 accounts a week times 52, we'll get 5,200. So it'll take me about 2 years to get to the 10,000 goal. I'm like at the rate I'm going now, so I need to figure out how to get more accounts. But again, I'm still part-time doing all this, so guys, keep that in your mind. As I get more time, as we make more money, whatever, sponsorships, whatever it takes, we will be able to increase the rate of everything. Because if I have more time, we'll be making more money. So thanks guys for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Subscribe.